DonInLondon. Hello, November 16th. My video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My addictive substance was alcohol, my behaviour equally addictive. It could be to people, places, things, collecting, and always trying to be whatever I thought you wanted me to be, rather than wondering who am I on a daily basis, and finding out a little bit more about life by the end of it, the day that is. So I'm no longer seeking who am I, I'm living who I am. And what a big difference that is, because for 35 years I suspect, certainly through my drinking career, my working career was just as, I suppose, full of fear and wanting to be a part of, and never sure how to be included and loved, and to be able to love back and useful. I always thought it was by other people's standards, rather than understanding we find our own standard of how to be normal. So what helps me stay in recovery one day at a time? Because it is a one-day program I'm in. A one-day program to be open, honest and willing to change as life changes, rather than to try and impose my will on it. And that fellowship, AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, is a great big part of my story, and I share some experience, strength and hope around how it works for me. I never speak for AA. It's full of unique, authentic people who can speak for themselves where they will. But I share about AA because it's enabled me to develop an outlook of life, free to make choices based on reality. It's not free to make choices based on the fantasy of how I would like life to be, but it's freedom to make choices which impact on me and those I love. And the first choice, always for me today, is sober. So this is what AA is, and I share the AA preamble here to slow me down into the moment of now, and also to express what AA does. What you see is what you get in fellowship, good and bad. We don't promote it, because to promote it would mean that we have the only way, and it's not the only way. It's worked for me though. So here is what AA is. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution. Does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And I don't think it's got a single I in there. It's all about we try and help each other to stay sober. Simple as that. And we have got a program which helps us, or a set of suggestions actually. 12 suggestions for personal conduct and 12 suggestions for holding the fellowship together. And I say suggestions because they're not rules, and nobody can violate a suggestion, which is important, because freedom of choice, freedom of being ourselves, unique, authentic people, is what we want to retain about us and life, our own personal, authentic, unique way of looking at things. And the suggestions don't take that away from you, they actually enable them to happen. To stay sober and face reality. And reality for me is the spiritual connection for me. We've got one day, it's provided in real time, as long as we can live in it, rather than live in the past or live in the future. So that's what the program is all about, living in the day. And this daily reflection here, this book, is an AA book which gives my emails on, which gives us the opportunity to reflect, pray, meditate, or just meditate, depending on your point of view and your outlook. So we take what works for us and don't rubbish the rest of it, because it certainly might be working for somebody else. So as long as we're sober, open, honest and willing, we're on the right path, and then we try and live life. So in the daily reflections, November is all about step 11, which is about prayer and meditation. And we believe or don't believe according to our life experiences and what we choose. So there's no right or wrong way of believing, but there could be usefulness in prayer and meditation, no matter what it is or to whom. It clears the mind and gives us a more clarity, maybe. I say maybe, definitely for me. So for November 16, a daily reprieve. What we really have is a daily reprieve contingent on the maintenance of our spiritual condition. And as I say, the maintenance of my spiritual condition is to not drink, be open, honest and willing to see the world as it is, as best I can, and when I can't, get to a meeting where other people will help me understand reality. Goes on to say, maintaining my spiritual condition is like working out every day, planning for the marathon, swimming, laps, jogging. It's staying in good shape spiritually, and that requires prayer and meditation. The most important way for me to improve my conscious contact with a higher power is to pray and meditate. I am as powerless over alcohol as I am to turn back the waves of the sea. I can't change the past. I've lost my place. Here we are. No human force had the power to overcome my alcoholism. No single human force, that is. Now I am able to breathe the air of joy, happiness and wisdom, providing we're having a joy, happiness and wisdom day. I have the power to love and react to events around me with my eyes of faith in things that are not readily apparent. In other words, if I have a narrow view based on what I've always known, I'll never grow. My daily reprieve means that no matter how difficult or painful things appear today, I can draw on the power of the programme, that's the fellowship for me, to stay liberated from my cunning, baffling and powerful illness. And it becomes cunning, baffling and powerful again when I narrow down my outlook rather than open up my outlook to what is going on around me. And the last few days have been gradually improving days for me. It's almost like I've been in a fugue for a while. And sometimes I don't know when depression is with me because it's as subtle as alcoholism. It creeps up and then goes away again, contingent on my spiritual condition, which is to be open to listening to what other people are telling me. So when they ask me how am I, and I say I don't know, give me a clue. Sometimes they can tell me, you're not quite yourself, mate. And that's an indicator that things may be going awry which I have no control over. But I get my freedom of choice if I look outwards and ask for help. A program of asking for help on a daily basis, whether we pray, meditate, have a way of reflecting about our personal situation, and most often our good conscience will tell us, find help soon. So when it's not going quite right, or when it's going fantastically well, the serenity prayer sort of puts my feet back on the ground, and it's the sort of can and cannot do on a daily basis and getting the wisdom. So it goes like this, and it's to God or good conscience as you choose, but it's a good meditation any time of day. To God or good conscience, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. For me, is often found from others, and just for today.